crafty friends, and happy Friday. Welcome to Flosstube. My name is Jessie, and this is Mislaid Pages. Today is July 30th. I cannot believe July is almost over. I really feel like I blinked and suddenly it was over, which I guess is the theme of my life. So how are you all today? I hope you have had a good week. I hope it's been the best week that's available to you. It was raining when I started filming or when I started getting set up to film, and now the sun has come out and there's steam rising up off of the street and the sidewalk. It's really it's weird, and there's way too much sun. Not loving it. And my drink is my drink is too far away from me. I'll have to remedy that because you don't want to be that close in my face every time I go to take a sip, right? Okay, let me fix this. Okay. I have coffee, but it's iced coffee because it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Welcome back to another day where I'm filming in the evening instead of the morning, and you get a whole different Jessie. Oh, by the way, I'm Jessie. This is Mislaid Pages, in case I forgot to say that. It's going to be one of those videos, y'all. Yeah, things just keep getting weirder and weirder. Like, everything is the same, but everything is weird. I don't know how to explain it. So I thought I didn't have any real cross stitch to show you, but I do have some cross stitchy stuff to show you and to talk about today, more than I had originally thought. So we'll get into that shortly. But before we get into that, let's just chat, right? Let's just chat. Because that's where my brain is. So, it's just been weird mentally for me this entire month, and I'm not really sure what it is. I discussed this a little bit in a whip and chat that you will see in a couple of days, unless you're on Patreon, in which case you already have access to it. But it's just sort of, I think my brain has been in waiting mode, and it's hard to explain, but yeah, I think my brain's been in waiting mode. So I'm hoping that after the first week of August, maybe I'll get back and start feeling more like myself. And I was realizing this week as well, I don't know if this is something that you all deal with, but something that has been popping up a lot for me this week, a theme, if you will, is that I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to be all things to all people all the time. And I say that I'm putting pressure on myself because I don't think anybody expects that of me, and yet somehow I feel that expectation all the time, 100%. And I didn't realize I was feeling that way until I had two trainings this week at work. One was about resiliency and work-life balance, and the other was about diversity, equality, and inclusion. And it didn't come up so much in the diversity training, but it came up surprisingly, shockingly, just out of nowhere in the resiliency seminar that I did. Just this idea that I'm feeling so stressed and so overwhelmed because I'm putting so much pressure on myself to be all the things all the time to everyone. Yeah, so that's kind of where my brain is right now, and I think that's why I'm struggling so much the last few weeks, and I don't know how to not be that way. So yeah. So that's where I am. I don't know where y'all are. I'm gonna try to turn this light down because I had added extra light, but it is so bright outside that I'm concerned all you're seeing is a ghost. So yeah, a little bit of mental health right here at the beginning. Just because it's what's on my mind. It's something that I'm thinking about, and I have a constant monologue / dialogue going on in my brain 24/7. Not everybody has that, but I have that inner voice that's talking to me constantly, and I'm having a conversation with it constantly, and this is what's like stuck in my head. And so this is what you get to hear today because this is what's going on in my brain. So I'm just in this space where I'm trying to figure out why I'm feeling this way and how I can mitigate it, and still do all the things that I want to do, because I think the obvious answer when you're feeling overwhelmed and like you're doing too much is to back off some things. But really, I don't want to back off of anything that I'm doing, but I also want to enjoy the things that I'm doing. I don't want to feel stressed and overworked, and I want to I don't want to feel like everything is an obligation and everything is a chore, but I also don't really want to pull back on anything that I'm doing except for my day job, which I can't afford to pull back on. So So yeah, we gotta figure some things out, work some things out, because I want to invest more time into YouTube. I want to be making more videos for you all, and because I get a lot of enjoyment out of making these videos, and I wasn't realizing that until very, very recently, because I've had a hard time getting motivated and having the energy to do various things, including my crafting and my YouTubing and all that sort of stuff. And I was realizing over the last couple of weeks that even when I've gone into making a video with low energy and feeling kind of down and low and unmotivated, when I finish the video, I feel really energized. And I didn't realize that was happening until recently. And so if it's giving me this much enjoyment and this much energy, I want to continue investing in that. But I have to have the time and energy to do it in the first place, right? So so that's where we are. That's where I am. Not a lot else to report on this week. I finished Bones. Pardon. I always start coughing when I'm on camera. But I finally finished Bones, all 12 seasons of Bones. And the ending was, I didn't remember the ending being so anticlimactic. I mean, I think it was fitting and there was closure and all that sort of stuff. But really, season 12 was sort of superfluous. And if I'm trying to remember how it all shook out when it originally aired, I think that they had actually been expected to, I think they expected to be done. I think they were originally canceled at season 10, because season 10 really ends like the show is ending, like everybody's going away and it's done. It has a very final kind of feeling. Excuse me. But then we come back and we have season 11 and we have season 12. And season 11 makes sense. There's things going on. It's a little disjointed because I think it has that we were canceled, but now we're not kind of feel. And then 12 sort of comes along and there's a story to it and it feels like Bones, but it's really all sort of an afterthought and it just kind of wraps up and we're done. So I don't know. I think you could really stop at season 10 and be totally fine with Bones. That's my feeling anyway. And beyond that, I haven't watched much else. I watched a few episodes of this new show on HBO called The White Lotus. And I can't quite figure out what the point of the show is yet. The idea is, or the basic premise is, that these three groups of people, a very rich family, a newlywed couple where the husband is quite rich and the new wife, the newlywed wife, is less well-to-do, and they're learning how to cope with each other. And there's a single woman who is she's still grieving her mother, who she just lost recently, and is trying to spread her mother's ashes in the ocean. So these are the three groups that are involved in the show, and we're sort of following along their experience at this resort in Hawaii called the White Lotus. And I don't know what else to tell you besides that. So I can't decide if it's worth watching or not. I just can't. But it is only 3 episodes in. It's obviously compelling enough that I've watched 3 hours of it. So we'll see. I still have the new season of Evil to watch. I realized that I think I said it was season 3 the other day. I said it was season 3. It's actually only season 2. They only had 1 season. And you can watch the first season either on Netflix or Paramount Plus, but the new season is airing episode by episode on Paramount Plus, formerly CBS All Access. So yeah. But I feel like I need to rewatch the entirety of season 1 of Evil before I can watch season 2, because that's how I do. I forget all the important details, so I need to go back and watch it. But in the meantime, I'm in a show hole because I finished Bones, and nothing feels as comforting as Bones right now. Actually, it's not that nothing feels as comforting. It's that nothing has the right balance of comforting and enough information that that is either new to me or I've completely forgotten, that it's interesting enough to hold my attention, but not so interesting that I can't do other things while I'm watching it. My brain is very complicated. So I keep considering going back to Gilmore Girls, especially because Autumn and Stars Hollow event is getting ready to come up. We're about 2 weeks away from Autumn in Stars Hollow, and there actually are episodes that go along. They just released the event schedule and the contest schedule, and there are episodes that go along with each of the contests. So it might be, I might wait a little while on Gilmore Girls and just watch that during the retreat, because that would make a lot of sense. And I've also considered going back to Outlander, but both of these I have watched multiple times. I've watched Outlander at least 3 times, because I'm pretty sure that I watched season 1 and or season 2, and then when I started to watch season 3, I'd forgotten stuff, so I rewatched it, and then I did that again for season 4. I may have done it again for season 5. I can't remember how long it was between my rewatch and when season 5 came out, but that's how I do, is if I really like a show, I end up rewatching the entire thing. I've seen Magicians. Magicians has 5 seasons. The Magicians has 5 seasons. I have seen The Magicians from start to finish 5 times, at least. I may have actually watched season 1 at least 1 more time than that, because I love that show so much. I've heard it really differs from the books, which is not unusual for these kinds of things. But yeah, so that's what I'm watching. Not listening to anything because I can't get my brain to settle on anything. So shall we get into some cross stitching? I don't have any happy mail today, so we have no happy mail. It's actually a super, super light week for anything related to mail. So I have no happy mail. I have one piece, one purchase, one piece of haul that has arrived, and that's all I have as far as that stuff goes. So I hope you won't be too disappointed, but we do have some cross stitching to talk about. So let's talk about cross stitching. I have a whip for this week. I did not get, my intentions were great. And I had a whole weekend to work on stuff, and I haven't been able to get myself interested in doing stuff. I've just been, I don't know, it's been a weird black hole in my brain for a couple of weeks now. So I had all kinds of intentions for 24 hours of cross stitch last weekend. I think I got 8 to 10 hours of cross stitching in, so I didn't get nearly as much as I wanted to do. And I had hoped to work on 3 different pieces. Ultimately, I only worked on 1, but I got a lot of work done on that 1 piece. So here is Twisted Rainbow Sampler, and I have to look at it through the fabric because otherwise you can't see. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'll talk. I'll peek over here so you can kind of see. So this is Twisted Rainbow Sampler, and as you can see, I've gotten the first couple of sections. I'm going to cough again because of this fabric. As you can see, I've gotten the first 2 sections of cross stitching finished. So this red section is just cross stitches. The rest of the butterfly is also cross stitches, and then these bands here are all specialty stitches. So there's only 2 different specialty stitches, but there are technically there's 3 different specialty stitches because the third one is a larger version of the second one, but really only 2. So there's the standing rice stitch, I think it's called, and I can't remember what the other one is called, but we've got 5 total rows of specialty stitches, and then you can see here at the top I've started the next section of cross stitching. So I got a good bit of work done on this. I found that the specialty stitches were kind of exhausting for me, and part of that is working on linen and doing specialty stitches can be especially difficult, especially when you're working on dark linen and the holes are really, really hard to see. So I was struggling, but once I got into it, it was okay. It was still exhausting. It was still just exhausting, though I am excited to work on more specialty stitches in the future. So all of my 24 hours of cross stitching time went into this piece. This is the only piece I worked on all weekend, but it was good. I got a lot of progress. I don't know how well you can see that. I am probably going to put a photo in post so that you can see that in more detail because the camera is not focusing. It'll focus on my face, but not the small details. It's something to do with the focal length or something. I don't know enough about cameras and optical stuff, but yeah. So that's what I worked on. That's all that I have worked on. I have worked on my model stitch a little bit this week, in addition to that, but I can't show that to you yet. So, yeah, that's the whips this week. That's all the whips that were. So what else is going on? We're done, right? That's it. We're over. No. So that was 24 hours of cross stitch. That's all I did for 24 hours of cross stitch. But I had said at the beginning of the week that I wasn't going to stress about it, and I just wasn't feeling it. I kind of spaced out all weekend, and I keep trying to give myself permission to do that. I keep trying to give myself permission to take space when I feel like I need to take space. But it's hard because I still feel the pressure of all the things that I want to do and need to do. And so, yeah, so I still feel guilty. Even when especially when I let myself take the space, I feel guilty for all the time that I didn't do productive things. And I need to get myself out of that. But moving on. So what else? What else is there to talk about? Well, we're at the end of the month, so let's talk about WIPGO. So July's WIPGO goals were Welcome Tiny Overlord, which I showed you last week. I finished that piece, or finished it to the point that I'm going to finish it. That one is done, so I completed that goal. The other goal for July is to do 4 or 5 boxes, and it's probably going to be 4 boxes for this row. Basically, I'm going to finish this row, or at least that's the goal, is to finish this row on, this is the 2020 Peppermint Purple Year of Blackwork Sal. So the goal is to finish this row. Obviously, I've done absolutely none of it. Pardon. I haven't done any of it yet, but I do have tonight and tomorrow, so maybe. But even if I don't finish it before the end of the month, I mean, it's not like I lose or anything. It just means that I haven't met the goal yet. But I still totally can meet the goal anytime I feel like it. So that's July. So I'm 1 of 2 for July. I also have a finish for July because I finished Tiny Overlord. So that's where WIPGO is currently. Where is WIPGO going in August? Well, boxes 7 and 8 were called. And because of how my WIPGO board is set up, this is the first opportunity we've had all year that I may actually get a bingo. So it does rely on me actually getting my Peppermint Purple finished for July. But I finished Tiny Overlord, so that was 2. So the way that maybe I'll put a picture here for you. But the way my board is set up, it's 2, 7, 12, and then 2 other numbers. Well, I've already done the 2 last boxes. This month we're 2 and 12 in that particular column. So if I finish the Peppermint Purple goal, I already finished the Tiny Overlord goal. So then if I also finish box 7, which is Drama Llama, or I meet my goal on box 7, my goal is not to finish this piece. That would be way too much. My goal is 500 stitches on this piece. And you can't tell what it is because there's only that little bit at the top, but this is the Drama Llama sampler from Michelle Bendy. I'm sorry, not Michelle Bendy, Michelle G of Bendy Stitchy. Bendy Stitchy Designs, Michelle G. This is her Drama Llama sampler that I started last year around Election Day, I think. I think I did this on Election Day. So my goal is 500 stitches on this piece. And if I finish my 500 stitches on this piece and I finish my July goal for Peppermint Purple, I will have a bingo. Well, what does that mean? For me, not a whole lot. Other than the fact that I've met my goal and I get the dopamine that is involved with meeting a goal and winning a bingo. I haven't set any specific prizes for myself. So I could treat that as an opportunity to treat myself to something. I just don't know what. For me, the reward so far has just been the fact that I've been able to stay motivated and stay interested and put work in on these whips that might otherwise have just languished all the rest of the year. I don't know how much of this y'all will actually see because that was a struggle. That was a struggle. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know what I'll do when I get bingo. I'll probably just go bingo and that'll be the end of it. So box 7, as I said, was Drama Llama. That's, let's go back to the cross stitching. So this is the Drama Llama sampler designed by Michelle G. Bendy Stitchy Designs. This fabric is a piece of Bestitch Me. I think it's Tree Hugger. I can't remember. It is 32 count Jobelin, which is phenomenal. I love it. And the stitching up here is a little bit hard to see, but this is a beautiful hand-dyed floss from Dyeing for Cross Stitch, Kathy Davidson. So those are the materials for that. I forget where I bought this Be a Nice Human needle minder from. It was a shop on Etsy, and I can't remember. I can't remember. If I can remember, I'll put a link, because I think they're still up and operational. But it's one of those that I got specifically for stitches like this, because this is all about not about destroying the patriarchy and being a decent human being. So Be a Nice Human fits for that. So that's box 7 on WIPCO. Box 8 on WIPCO is my Animal Almanac, almost said Aminal Almanac, from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is their 2020 Stitch Along, the Animal Almanac Stitch Along, and I literally only did January. That's as far as I got with this Stitch Along. And I think part of the reason it was so challenging and I didn't get more done is because I was trying to stitch this in hand. And I think I have since learned that in-hand stitching is not really my jam. Because I did learn that the stitches don't feel uniform enough for me. And it is much, much slower for me, not for everybody. But for me, it's much, much slower compared to putting this on a frame and putting it in my Elon lap stand. So when I go back to this, I will most certainly be putting it in a hoop or on a frame or something, and I will be using my Elon lap stand. And my goal on this one is 500 stitches as well. So this is Picture This Plus. I can't remember if it's 28 or 32 count, probably 28. It's 28 because it's casual linen. And 32 is Belfast. So casual linen from Picture This Plus. I think the color is Heartland. It's the called for fabric for this stitch along. And it's all in DMC with a little bit of etoile. And I don't know if you can see, but I have my Amino Almanac needle minder there. From yeah, the collectible limited edition needle minder is what I'm trying to say. So that is I've been waiting for this to be called. So yeah, that is the other WIPCO goal for August. So that's what WIPCO is going to look like next month. What else am I doing next month? Well, mostly I'm still carrying on with all of the intentions that I had for June and July. Because I still have yet to start my Trans Pride tapestry, which is not because I don't love it. I absolutely love it. I think I'm going to start it this weekend. I think it will technically be August when I start it. I'm really, really excited because I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be joining on a, it's not actually a Zoom. I'm going to be joining a live chat with some new folks this weekend. I'm very, very excited about that. I don't want to say too much about it because it's not a public thing, but I'm very, very excited to be joining those folks and meeting some new people, and I think I'll be starting my Trans Pride tapestry while we're stitching together. So that's going to be really, really fun. Can't wait. The message just went up about it today and I'm like, yay. So yeah, so that'll be Sunday. So probably my Trans Pride tapestry won't even start in July. It'll probably start in August. But you know, we're doing Transtastic Summer, and I have decided that hashtag Transtastic Forever is also a thing, because why should we limit ourselves to just the summer, especially when I can't get my started. But trans people are fantastic always, so why shouldn't it be Transtastic forever, right? So yeah, I still have my intention to start my Trans Pride unicorn. Trinkets will become a reality one of these days. I do think I want to get her started this weekend. So that's a thing. I do have my model stitch of the safe space inclusive pride flag. Is inclusive the right word? I think inclusive is the right word. Y'all saw it last week. I put the picture up. But my safe space pride flag, I need to start that. That's a model stitch that I'll be doing. So I do have intentions to start that in August as well. So those two things carry over. Other than that, I don't have any special plans for August. I'm gonna try to chill with the plans. I'm gonna continue on with things I already had intended to do and try to make those intentions reality. And then I'm gonna start preparing myself for September because September is gonna be a thing. So I know y'all want more. I know at least some of you want more details on Season of Smalls. I will make an official announcement about that with official rules and all that sort, as official as it needs to be. So there will be a giveaway attached to that. So there will be official rules and all that sort of stuff. And I will make sure that I share those rules here on Flosstube. I'm also going to share them on Patreon, and I will share them on my Instagram as well. So I'll put those rules up everywhere that you might need to see them. So that will be available to you. The gist of it is, without the full official explanation, is that Season of Smalls is just from September 1st to September 30th. That's when I'm planning on it. If I get started on my small late, then I will let you all, we'll extend that some. But September 1st to September 30th is the time frame for Season of Smalls, because September is Season of Smalls. And the idea is that you pick any cross-stitching chart that you would like, and it should be around 50 by 50 or 60 by 60. I wouldn't suggest a full coverage. Now, having said that, you're not required to finish it. Just work on it. Start it, work on it. If you finish it, fantastic. But the idea is just to pick a whole bunch of smalls. Any small cross stitch chart that you want to work on. Just pick that up, start it on September 1st. If you can finish it by September 30th, that's fantastic. But all you really need to do is just take at least one picture of it at some point in the process and post that with the hashtag Season of Smalls. You can either post it on Instagram with the hashtag, which I will be following, or I'll have an email set up that you can send your picture to, and everyone who sends a picture for their participation, I should probably have a Google form as well. So we'll zhuzh that a little bit when I do the official announcement. You will submit a picture to me in one of multiple ways. And then from the folks that submit pictures, I will pick a winner or winners depending on what and how many prizes I have. So that's the gist of it. So you'll have a month to work on whatever small. If you finish it, that's great. You can work on as many different smalls as you want to. You will only get one entry no matter how many smalls, but I love for you to share with me your work. So you can share as many smalls as you want. So that's the basics. I'll get it more zhuzhed and condensed and officialized before mid-August. I was thinking I'd have it right at the beginning of August, but the beginning of August is Sunday. So I don't think I'll have my brain completely together to decide all of the hows and why-fors, but that's the basics. So Season of Smalls I'm preparing for in September. Last year I tried to do a whole bunch of different smalls. I don't know how many smalls I will try to do. I would love to do a whole bunch of start and finishes. So we'll see. I'm not going to lock myself into anything right now. There's one specific small I will be working on. If I do other smalls, then we'll see how that goes. So that's coming up in September. Also starting in September is hashtag Drills and Chills. So I participated in this last year before, but I didn't get very far with it. So Drills and Chills is hosted by Tiny Worlds of Wonder and Diamonds and Washi. They are both on Instagram. I'm not sure if they're both on YouTube, but they are hosting this hashtag and contest, and you can get all of the details on certainly on their Instagram pages. Oh, they definitely are both on YouTube because they're going to be doing videos. Derp. Okay, so they're both on YouTube. They're both on Instagram, which is where I saw the rules and all that sort of stuff. I'll link at least one of the posts down here that gives you all of the rules and the how-tos and the what-abouts because that it's their thing, they're hosting it, I'm just participating. But I'm super excited because last year, it was strictly diamond painting. And I had a black cat with a pumpkin diamond painting that I had gotten, and I didn't have as much time to work on it as I had wanted to. But I did participate, I just didn't finish. And ultimately, part of the reason I didn't finish was because that diamond painting was not a licensed piece of artwork, and I really lost interest in working on it when I realized that I had bought something that was unlicensed. I'm not a fan of not paying the artist. So, yeah. So in previous years, it has been specifically diamond painting, but this year they're opening up to a lot of different creative, crafty stuff. So you can be part of Drills and Chills with diamond painting, or you can join in with a cross stitch piece. You can join in with a paint by numbers piece, and I think they're also allowing adult coloring books and stuff too. So it's really awesome. They're opening up to a much larger range of crafters, which I think is fantastic. Diamond painting is really great and relaxing, but it's not for everybody, especially those of us who are like super focused on cross stitching. So and the basic criteria for your piece to fit in for the contest is that it needs to be Halloween and or autumn and or fall related. So that means having images or elements in it that are motifs common to those seasonal things. So it doesn't have to be spooky. It doesn't have to be particularly like witchy or goth or anything like that. It just has to have elements that are either autumnal or spooky, witchy, Halloweeny, that kind of thing. So whatever floats your boat. So I've already chosen my piece. And part of the reason I chose this piece is because not only do you have to start it no earlier than September 1st, you have to finish it by October 31st to be considered for the contest. So I picked a small piece. I was going to do a diamond painting, and in fact, I just bought two awesome paintings from Dye Moon Shop, DIYMOON shop, Dye Moon Shop. They're both pieces from the artist Medusa Dollmaker, who is the artist of Gamer Nouveau, as well as this. You can't see her today, but the mermaid bag that I have hanging over here is also a piece of artwork from Medusa Dollmaker. So I just bought two canvases from her artwork from Dye Moon Shop, and they would have been perfect. One is Crystal Witch, one is Herb Witch. Would have been perfect for Drills and Chills, but then I saw the caveat that it needs to be finished by October 31st, and I'm not positive that those canvases are even going to be here before October 31st. I think they will be, but the processing time on orders with Dye Moon Shop, because they package individually each order, it's really like a boutique kind of diamond painting shop. The processing time is like 6 to 8 weeks. So, and I just ordered them a week or two ago. So they might be here by September 1st, but there's no way in Hades that I would actually get that done before October 31st. So I scaled back. I'm going to do a really small, cross stitch piece. Since it's open to cross stitching now, it makes it so much easier. Because I had the perfect piece. I was thinking of bringing it out for Season of Smalls anyway. So I'm actually going to be working on, and let me lean over here. So I'm going to put a picture here because it's easier than dragging out the printout that I have. Picture here of Trick or Treat, which is a fantastic little piece by Barbara Anna Designs. Michelle G did this one last year when it originally came out. So it was published in Primitive Stitcher and Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, PNPS, which I get digitally. This is from the fall 2020 issue. They put out issues quarterly, and it's that adorable little Halloween cat. How cute is that? So yeah. So, and I think the piece is like, it stitched up, I think the design is like 3 by 4.5 or something like that. So it's in the small range. I think it's like 60-ish by 40-ish or something like that. So totally doable for between September 1st and October 31st. So that is my Drills and Chills piece, and I'm very, very excited about that because not only is it Season of Smalls, it's Drills and Chills. It's all the things to everyone. Do we see a theme here? So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for Season of Smalls. That is hosted by me. That is my thing, and so I will be responsible for the giveaway and whatever. Um, at the moment, I think the giveaway will probably be a gift certificate to my shop, or and/or to Etsy in general. So we'll see if that stays the same. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I haven't talked to anybody else about if they want to contribute to that or not. So that'll probably be the prize. If it's just me putting in prizes, I'll probably do 2 prizes. So Season of Smalls coming up September 1st. I will have rules out for you before September 1st. We'll get that going, and also Drills and Chills. Check that out if that's something that you feel like you'd be interested in. I can't remember what their prizes are. Like I said, I will put links down here so that you can go investigate that yourself, because that's not my thing. I'm not running that one. I'm running Season of Smalls. So yeah. So that's all the whips. That's all the whip go. That's the things that are coming up. August, I want August to be a rest and recovery month. I need to get this model stitch finished. I need to get recentered, get back on my axis. And so yeah, August, we're just maintaining, we're relaxing, we're recentering. That's what August is. And then September, we're going again. Go, go, go. Right? Okay. Especially because September is gearing up for October, and October is going to be Flosstober, y'all. Flosstober. Yeah. I have countdown boxes aplenty coming in October. So there will be daily videos. That's the plan. You know what I said about plans. That's the intention for October, is for daily vlog videos in October. To show you all of the awesome things that I'm opening, because I should have a Stitchy box, the Halloween Bash Stitchy box, the Halloween box for the Trick or Treat box from Black Needle Society, and in addition to 2 of those, I'm going to have those 2. I'm going to have at least 1 yarn countdown box. That one's from Dragon Horde Yarns, and it is the 32 days of, 32 days of the place that the Dark Crystal happens. I can't remember what the world's called, but it's 32 days of Dark Crystal essentially. So I have that yarn box. I can't remember if I ordered a partial yarn countdown Advent Halloween thing. I can't remember anymore. Maybe I did. I know I have at least 1 yarn box coming. So it will be Vlogtober or Flosstober, Vlog Flosstober. Yeah. So once we get past August, it's gonna be a roller coaster until the end of the year, man. Okay. So that being said, let's talk about this one piece of haul that I have, and then I will let you go and enjoy your weekend and whatever else you're going to be doing. Oh, an additional note before I get into purchases. Pardon, I'm going to crinkle for just a second. Before I get into this one purchase, next week's going to be kind of wonky as far as videos go. I do have a whip and chat. I have a whip and chat for you. I think I'm actually going to be posting that for you Sunday. And then next week, I'm not sure. I'm hoping to have some videos for you. I'm hoping to make some videos this weekend to have for you for the rest of the week next week. But I will be going back out of town. Adam and I have to go visit his, I shouldn't say we have to. Adam and I are going to visit his family for his grandmother's memorial. So it took them a while to get that scheduled. She actually passed away 3 weeks ago. It's been a minute since she passed away. Yeah, she passed away just before I went to Vegas. So it's been almost a month, but it took them that long. It took his family that long to be able to arrange all the things to make sure that all of the family could come into town, make sure that everything could be settled with the church and all that sort of stuff. So we are going to be gone for his grandmother's memorial next week. So whatever I can get filmed this weekend is what you will have next week. I'm hoping that for Friday, since I won't be around to film a Flosstube, I'm hoping that I will be able to film a mid-year whip parade for you. The whips thus far, as it were. So Hopefully that will be up for you next Friday. I've started to get my whips organized so that I can talk about them. It's just a matter of having the energy to talk about it. So, but yeah, hopefully that at a minimum will hopefully be up for you next week. I'll probably go ahead and just pass on Knitcast because I don't foresee myself doing a whole lot of knitting between now and then. But maybe there will be one or two other special things that I haven't mentioned. So keep an eye out next week. And now the purchase. So the one purchase I have to show you this week is my not Forbidden Fabrico, Fortnite fabric. It's the other FF in my life. This is my Fortnite fabric expensive rich fabric of the month club. I get a fat 8th every month on 32 count even weave in opal. I don't know why I'm showing you the card. This month is Selfie No Filter is the name of it. They have the cutest names. They are super cool. So let's see. And the light got really, really bright, so I don't know what this is going to look like for you, but ooh, look at the print. It's coming off really gray. It's not actually gray. It's blue. Fabric softener. Okay. So it is, let me look at it. It is kind of a blue-gray, but in person it looks more blue to me than it is looking on the camera. Like that is closer to the reality there. But if I hold it all the way up, it looks gray. So it's this color. This, okay, now it's not doing it. I have to get the camera to recenter. Okay, focus on my face. Okay, that's the blue. Oh, but it's still gorgeous. I like it. I like it a lot. Actually, I'm gonna have to do a floss toss because now that I'm looking at this might be a really great fabric for trick or treat. I'll have to see. I also have to decide, because I did the key on Jobelin, and that was the first Barbara Anna that I completed. Because I did the key on Jobelin, part of me wants me to do any similar chart on Jobelin as well, so that they can all jive with each other, with the texture and that kind of stuff. And Trick or Treat certainly falls into the vibe of the key and light, and there's like Strawberry Bird. There's several now. Lemon Cat. There are several different charts that are different animals and dresses, and they all have sort of the same vibe, with sort of like the vine on one side and the animals holding something and wearing a dress. So I kind of want them all to be a collection when I'm finished, because I'm probably going to stitch each and every one of them. So I might have to look through my stash and see what Jobelin would work. And I think it calls for sort of a like a, what is the color I'm thinking of? Cornflowery blue kind of color, like a dark cornflower color. And I'm not sure I have that in Jobelin. I might go with something that's a little bit more spooky and Halloweeny or gothy or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to go through my stash and see what Jobelin I have that might work. And I should be, I don't know if I'll be getting, I'm pretty sure I ordered the Autumn Equinox box from Bestitch Me, and if I did, that'll be Jobelin, so that might be autumnal colors that would work really well for it too. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't know what fabric I'm going to put Trick or Treat on, but I did buy the floss today. So and I may switch out some of those colors for other hand dyed flosses that I have, but I went ahead and bought the DMC because then I know I'll have whatever threads. Okay. Well, I think that's all I've got for you today. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down so I can close the curtain because it's way too bright in here. It's so bright. How is it? It's like 6 p.m. Anyway. Once again, I hope that you're having the best day that's available to you, the best week and weekend and month and all the things. I hope you have exciting stuff planned for August, and that you're enjoying your stitching and doing lots of fun stuff. I hope you'll join me with Season of Smalls and with Drills and Chills and all the different things, because it's fun. It's fun to participate. So yeah, so that's all I have for you. In the meantime, remember what I always say. Make sure to stay hydrated, make sure to take all of your meds, and remember that you are enough. I love you all. I'll see you again next week.